Hello, back again, people. Welcome to my Sunday stream once again, and we are back trying, hopefully, back again to very likely near the end of I Wani Hug That Gator. And yeah, as anyone knows, it does have multiple endings. However, don't I can't really say I'll be obviously streaming this game like many times over. So I guess it's more of a case I'll be just exploring the endings my own time, because I do have other games I like to share and stream, as well as the time I do have in between my studies. But I hope you all are enjoying my streams, and from the looks of things, by the length we've been going at, we must be reaching the end of a single run very soon. So I hope you're ready for more I Wani Hug That Gator. It's a great visual novel. I do recommend anyone picking them up if they do love visual novels with compelling characters and stories. So let's go. And but right now, I'm just waiting for art class to end. Mr. Tigrum is apparently one of those substitutes that demand complete silence until class is over, but doesn't care beyond that. So even though I'm sitting about 2 feet away from Olivia, we're having to text each other. She's quite the storyteller of these doodles. Like right now, as I try to keep up with the tale of Guts writing, what's he writing again? He's piloting the main golem from Gundam Finn, a giant robot from one of the shows she's wanting us to watch together. I mean, we would. I totally would want to. Just Olivia and I, sitting side by side on my couch. Maybe we were getting tired. We start leaning against each other. I couldn't even offer her to keep her clatter. Whoops. Catch up my phone on the precipice of my desk. I see that Olivia has sent an even more detailed version of the previous cut story. It looks cool. This is why, for how dumb as it is, Finn is still fun to watch. I don't get it. You almost didn't get your phone just now. If you'd watch it, you would. Angry rat. One day, maybe. Though, it's only if it's with her. One day, yes. Ah, crap, teacher. Don't want to lose my phone. Okay. After a couple minutes without any alerts, I accept that the Gator Girl is really done for now. With a quick look at the wall on the clock, I figured I've got a few more minutes before I absolutely must hide my phone. Ayada Khan's been out for about a week and a half, so we've been stuck with Mr. Triggums. Apparently he doesn't like electives. I swipe back, looking through the pieces she sent me over the last couple of hours. A lot of references go over my head, but the few that don't earn a hearty chuckle for me. Then there's the more detailed ones, drawings that'd be good enough to actually render. I smile as I say those. I'd be meaning to ask if she'd finished one back when she started doing this, but I never got around to it, simply saving it in a folder. A folder that's grown to a couple dozen now. Would Jerome Clarkson please come to the office? Would Jerome Clarkson please come to the office? Thank you. Yeah, an answer makes me nearly drop my phone again. They've been going on all morning, just calling random students to the office. I buzz my phone as me check it again to see another message from the Gator Girl. Never mind. Teacher is acting weird today. Weird. Look at our substitute. Mr. Triggums isn't paying any attention to us. In fact, he's kinda looking through the desk he sat at. Weird. Same here. I think it has to do with the office thing. I don't know. Was thinking it was maybe the short. I think it was a short day maybe. That was another thing. I think the entire class realized something was up with how fast class periods were going today. Oh man. I looked at my phone on the floor. The corner of the screen shifted away. Picking it back up before my classmates can step on it on their way out to lunch. I almost just noticed that Ben wasn't here in class either. Oh, yikes. That is a chip. Hurry up. Short days means lunch is earlier. Heading to lunch, I realize I'm actually not that hungry. Strange, but I guess it's an internal clock thing. I'm just used to eating at the same time every day. Looks like I'm not the only one as the usual war zone in the cafeteria has expanded to spill into the surrounding hallways. It's loud enough to even cover up the continued announcements. Echo, thank you. Mostly. I've gotten pretty good at weaving through the chaos relatively unscathed, but man, these guys have way too much energy. What have they been fighting about? But as always, the table is in the back is left alone. Damien is chattering loudly about his days so far to Olivia, who's occasionally poking Liz across the table with a toy claw hand. Liz flails her arms around to shoo away the offending poke, but never bothers to crane her neck down from the rafters. She perks up when she sees me. Yo, it's Inko. Hey, what's going on at the Olive Garden today? Whack his noggin. The meter stick falls on my head. Gah. It's just a joke. A quip. How long did it take you to come up with that one? It was about 2 in the morning last night. Whack him again. Hey. Best $10 I've ever spent. It looks a little familiar, doesn't it? Yeah, that's what I thought when I saw it. It's like the real one. She'll bully you for saying dumb stuff. Bite me. She makes her head gnaw on my face a little. I'll go sit somewhere else. Do it. I got a new friend here right now. Oh wow. I have an actual friend that isn't addicted to makeup pheromones. That makes me so happy. Ventriloquism needs a bit of work. I still think it's a little weird. Oh, live a little. Say, you guys aren't eating either. It's too early. I'll just eat when I get home. The lunch ladies don't really try on half days. Don't they not normally try? The difference makes itself known. I was out for like a week. I'm just gonna steal some of whatever Olivia makes later. Get your own. I change my mind. She has too much power. The stick. Oh no. The stick is giving her. It's giving her power. Too much power. There's too much in that stick. This is great. Olivia reaches over to gnaw at Damien again, but I snatch it out of the air. Ah, no! I aimed to hit shit right onto Olivia's snout. Bullseye. It's clamped shut. The evil is defeated. When I'm giggling like a schoolgirl, Olivia uses the chance to grab the hand back. Fine, no more claw today. She hastily stuffs the plastic toy in her backpack. After some small talk, Damien's attention wanders towards Liz, who seems to be lost in thought. Hey Liz, what's in your head? Huh? Oh, I was just thinking about earlier today. I was talking to Principal Scaler this morning while running some errands for Stuco, and she was really out of it. Hold on, I need to go check something. Oh, well, how do you audio off? No, I had the mic off, that's okay. Yeah, so the music's been playing ever since. Out of it? Yeah, I actually didn't want to be here today. I tried to ply, but she just clammed up. I've never seen her like that before. She must have drank bad coffee or something. I don't think that makes people sad. I can tell from experience, it just makes you really have to... Looks like I got a text. Olivia pulls out her phone, cranes her head down to get a better look at the screen. It's from Ben. Come, having a student council meeting. Huh? Normally it's a bit more formal than that. I guess since it's half a day and all. Oh well, duty calls. Sorry about having to leave early, guys. No worries, Liz. We can meet up after school. Sounds good. I'll see you all later then. That's what music sounds like. Sorry, I had your audio muted. Crap. No, that's okay. At least I got my... You can hear my voice. At least you can hear my wonderful, yet almost childlike, raspy voice. I love being Australian. We all sound like that. We almost all sound like this. Sounds good. I'll see you all later then. What would you guys want to do after school? I don't know. Maybe we can hang out my place. Too cold to get in the pool. But I'm sure we can think of something. Oh yeah, shite. It looks like it's snowing outside. I look over to Olivia, who doesn't seem to have any objections to the idea, but no input of her own. Got any ideas, Liv? We could diddle some stuff. Like charades. Yeah, make it into a game of sorts. That sounds pretty fun, actually. But I can really wipe the floor of Olivia. Oh, save your breath, Nito. You know my stuffle on your own, and your chicken scratch. You know my stuff will own you, and your chicken scratch. You know my stuff will own you, and your chicken scratch. Why is audio going off? Yeah, sorry, my microphone's been acting up. Would Olivia Halford please come to the office? Would Olivia Halford please come to the office? Thank you. The monotone voice of the intercom combined with the strange atmosphere of the school was starting to unnerve me. We all looked at the Gator girl, who rolled her eyes and started wheeling away from the table and towards the exit. After she left, everything felt more off. Lunch came to an end and the school day was close to the same. Just a couple more periods before we could hang out somewhere with all the extra free time. I look at Olivia's desk, still empty 5 minutes into Prockling's class. I mean, yeah, she hates this class the most, but it really became a habit at this point. Just like how it's become a habit for me to write an extra set of notes for Olivia. I look at 2 mostly blank pages in front of me. Like with our teacher, I know something's off with Prockling. She barely says anything, instead just asking us to read a chapter on the Great War. I just ask, and 5 pages in, I can say without a shadow of a doubt that it was the stupidest reason for a world war to break out. A bunch of European countries unhappy with being ruled by a bunch of other European empires deciding to revolt and dragging all the other allies into the quagmire. I'm really struggling to make sense of the information, made worse with how outdated the textbooks are. Seriously, they're written so bad it ought to be a crime. It oozes pro-glided age, corporatism, and them bloody corpos. A kind that generally believed that anything bigger than a gather of 10 people was a form of unism. With a sigh, I busy myself with taking notes for myself and Olivia. As I do, my eyes wander to the classroom. Everyone looks just as disinterested in the subject matter. I look over to Prockling, and herself doesn't seem too interested in the subject matter as well. In fact, she's just kinda staring off into space. It's highly unusual considering how much emphasis she puts on proper class focus. Yet there she is, spacing out like she's no better than the teenagers she teaches on a daily. I'm almost tempted to raise my hand to ask her a question to snap her back to reality when the room speaker comes to life. Would Econito please report to the office? Econito, please report to the office. Thank you. I look at the Miss Prockling. I got called, but she's still the arbiter of who leaves her class and when. But she doesn't meet my eye at all. If anything, it looks like she's actively trying to avoid contact. I pack my things and shuffle out of the classroom, all while the stares and murmurs from other students grow even more tense. My mind immediately begins to wonder, why am I being summoned to the office? They sure are calling up a lot of people. Maybe it's related to 2 weeks ago. The only thing keeping me company on my march to principal's office is the sound of rubber soles in the tile. They must spend a fortune on polishing its floors. It's not long before I notice another pair of footsteps coming from somewhere ahead of me. I squint my eyes to quickly recognizing the figure that approaches. It's Ben. I guess the student council wrapped up their meeting, though there's no sign of Liz anywhere. As the parasol makes his way closer, I noticed he has a complicated expression on his face. Hey Ben, what's going on? He flinches as I call his name and looks around like a lost child. He spots me. We make eye contact for a few seconds, but he doesn't say anything. Everything alright, dude? Suddenly he turns away and continues down the hall. A sinking feeling takes hold of my chest. I almost try to speak up and stop him, but I can't think of anything to say. I guess I better get going. An hour minute walking, I reach the door of the principal's office and find it wide open. Come in. I step in the office and close the door behind me. following the source of the deep voice. Ah, Mr. Ferris. I realize that I've never seen the interior of the office before. It's fairly standard for an office. A long wooden desk, a filing cabinet, a few potted plants, and a couple of shelves storing all sorts of things. However, on close inspection, I notice things look a little bit more disheveled than I expected. Manila folders are strewed across the desk. One of the filing cabinet drawers hangs open. The potted plants are either overwatered or wilting. Is this really Scalar's office? Mr. Nito? My attention is suddenly pulled away towards a hulking figure sitting behind a desk. I can only imagine what that chair is going through right now. Sir, is everything alright? Have a seat, please. He motions to a small plastic chair on my side of the desk. How have you been, Ingo? I oblige the request and taking a seat and trying to suppress my anxiety. I've been doing well. He nods himself, holding his eyes closed. That's good to hear. The whale looks down at an open folder on his desk, taking a moment to look over some kind of document. I have news for you regarding your instructor at AP Art Design and Photography. You mean Mr. Ayada-kan? Yes, Mr. Ayada-kan. A fine teacher. His students' surveys are anything to go by. He's also spoke quite highly of you. Did you have a strong relationship with him? Yeah, I think so. Did something happen? Oh, that's not a good sign. My heart drops as Ferris's brow lowers ever so slightly. Suddenly his tone completely shifts into one more clinical. Oh shit. Over the last 2 years, Mr. Ayada-kan has been suffering from a rare form of chondrosarcoma that originated in his vertebrae. His tone is heavy. I don't quite know what ailment he just named like he should spit on a doctors responsible for discovering it. He named just like he should spit on the doctors responsible for discovering it, but the practice movements and worn-off features are undeniable. He's by no means a fragile man, but a tiredness he tries to hide is barely concealed. Every student he's broken the news to has taken something more from him. Has broken the news to us taking something more. Tensing himself slightly to be as tactful as he can, the attempted reverence is lost as he recites retired scripted lines just a few more times already. He can't muster much more than his flat citation. This analysis means nothing. I'm just distracting myself from the reality of the situation, as through prolonged confirmation will keep it from happening. Mr. Ferris notices my subtle confusion and clarifies it, like he must have done a few times already. Bone cancer. Mr. Ayada-kan was well advised by medical professionals about the treatment options available to him, and the district offered him a generous medical leave in recognition of his tenure here at St. Hammond. He turned both of these down. The cacophony of thoughts swirling in my head make it nearly impossible to think, impossible to focus on anything. Right now, all I can do is revel in it. Time passes, I'm not sure how much, but I still can't get a grip on my mind. Ferris is calmly waiting for me to say something, but I can tell he's becoming uncomfortable. There's only one thing I can muster, the will to talk. Why? The whale grimaces. I wish I had an answer. His inflection tells of his own questioning thoughts. The exchange seems to give Ferris the energy to continue, however. On Sunday, Mr. Ayada Khan was hospitalized due to complications of his illness. He passed away the following morning. Oh no. Shit. He's dead. Oh, I liked Mr. Ayada Khan. Holy crap. Oh no. Olivia was here before me. What's called it for me? Counseling will be available for you and anybody else affected. Sorry, do you know where Olivia went? No, she didn't say. I'd like to go now, Mr. Ferris. Yes, feel free. I stand up from the plastic chair, pushing it close to the principal's desk, offering one last nod to the superintendent. I let myself out of the office. As soon as the door clicks shut, I start running. Shit, where would she go? Studio room maybe? It's the best lead I have. Thanks to all those gym classes, I have no trouble getting there quickly. My new destination takes me up the main staircase of the school and onto the second floor. It's not long before I'm staring down the hallway of Ayada Khan's classroom. I breathe a sigh of relief as I spot Olivia sat in front of a door. God, what do I even say to her? Even my thoughts were crashing to a halt as I see another dinosaur beside her, gesturing manically. Ben. When outside his view, it's like Ben is trying to talk her into something. But it's such a stark contrast between their moods. Suppose Ben is mourning too, but maybe he's just handling it differently. That's the plan I have in mind. What do you think of it? Olivia? Yeah, okay. Olivia's reply came off weak and unfocused, like she wasn't talking to Ben at all. Can I count on you to be a part of it? Sure. I remain obscured from the view. This doesn't seem like a conversation I should intrude on. I'll just catch up on Olivia after. Honestly, I'm somewhat surprised Ben is talking to her. No, maybe that Olivia's listening to Ben. Those differences are being put aside. For once, our priorities aligned. I had thought to come find Olivia too. I wonder. Ayada Khan was a mentor to each of us. Like, he'd always be around to help us, but now, all the little things that makes you anxious or aggravated are gone in an instant. And all that's left is reality. Why bother being with this dramatic garbage? If now's not the time to be brought together, when then? Then when? I'm thinking too much. My hands are shivering. Something in my heart threatens to fall apart. But not now. Her voice was too quiet for me to hear, but whatever she'd said wasn't what Ben wanted to hear. Olivia, I need to know that you're with me on this. Yeah. Olivia? Ben was right next to Olivia's chair, putting the two at eye level, though she kept hers averted to the side. I need to know that you're fully on this. I need to know that you are in on this fully. There's a strange panic in the parasaur's voice. Please, Olivia. For him. Finally, after what felt like a few minutes, despite it only being 4 or 5 seconds, Olivia looks back at Ben's face and gives him a meek nod. I'm going to take that as a yes, then. The Gator girl gives no other reply to Ben's words. The only sign that his words had resigned in her mind were her hand suddenly yet gently shaking, or while her claws dug even deeper into a wheelchair's armrests. Her bulwark broke at last. Seeing her droplets from her eyes drives a searing pain from my chest. My instincts drove me forward, beyond my common sense. I grip the blue boy's shoulder and pull him up. Ben! The parasaur's eyes snap towards me. He makes eye contact with me, a depressive expression coating his face. Inko, what are you doing here? I want to see Olivia. Olivia's silver eyes finally lift, and the pain reflecting in them threatens to shatter my aching heart. Ben looks back to see those mournful eyes too, though his reaction seems to be the opposite of mine as a smile draws across his face. Inko, hear me out. I'm trying to organize a eulogy for Ayada Khan. You know, say our goodbyes to him. He deserves it at least. Oliver, me, and you. He helped each of us so much, and while the parasaur rambles on, I turn my attention solely on Olivia. I push past Ben and take a knee next to Olivia, now eye level with her. Ben finally stops talking. I can feel his stare boring into the back of my head. He wants an answer for whatever he was talking about. A eulogy for Mr. Ayada Khan. It's so surreal to think about that. To think that I spoke to him only yesterday, and today he's just gone. A eulogy. Yeah, it's the least we can do for Ayada Khan. As his pupils. He deserves so much more though. So much. Right, yeah, Olivia's probably feeling what I'm feeling right now. This fight between reality and emotions. Ayada Khan's gone, and I'm still trying to process it. Trying to accept the fact that I'll never see him again. Or listen to him again. Or get advice from him again. Never get to impress him or show him how much I've improved because of his lessons. I don't think I'm ready to accept that he's gone. Ben clears his throat, snapping me from my stupor and back to my current reality. I'm sorry to be so pushy, but I need to know if you and Olivia are in or not. Ben turns to look at Olivia as he says those words. Olivia, meanwhile, continues to stare absent-mindedly at the wall, almost as if Ben's words are not emanating from right next to her, a few dozen miles away instead. Ben, I don't think. Suddenly I feel a cold-scaled hand fall on my top. I turn to look at Olivia's pain-stricken eyes. They gaze deeply into mine, pleading, begging to make the pain vanish. I don't know what I should do. We're not ready to say goodbye. Can you give us some time, Ben? The student council president's taken back by my words. But Olivia. His frustration with us seems to grow with each second. Ben, look, No! I turn fully to Ben with my hands raised offensively. Ben, listen. We need to do this. For Ayada Khan. For everyone that cared about him. For us. So why won't you help me? We want you, Ben. Really. But can't you see that you're asking for this way too soon? Damn it, we just found out. His breathing is haggard now, his composure completely blown, and his own pain is painted on his face as he allows his glasses to slide away from his puffy red eyes. Just Ben. Her voice is so soft and gentle. Her head turns back to me, her own pain still in the eyes, but also sympathy too. She looks forward and her words are more resolute. Ben, I understand. The parasaur boy's breathing hitches, You're right, we should do this, and I will. I promise I will, but it's too soon. We, I, we, we all need time. But, he clenches his teeth, followed by his fists. He takes a sharp, uneven breath. His glasses slide off his face and right into the floor. He's so agitated, so exasperated and devastated at it that he doesn't seem to care. My free hand finds itself on my other friend's shoulder, forming a full link between us. Olivia reaches down and picks up the prescription glasses, using her sleeve to smudge cleanish. Ben struggles. He's already broken composure, fracturing further. His hand shakes as he accepts the pre-offered eyewear from Olivia, having great difficulty setting him back on straight. When he can finally look up from the floor, his eyes are even more raw with fresh pain. You promise? Olivia at the quivering question, her own lips starting to shake as well. Yes, but for now, Ben finally gets it as his emotional damp is near bursting. Yeah, you're right. Sorry. Ben walks up to me and pats me on the shoulder. With a final solemn look at Olivia and nod towards me. He went out of the classroom and leaves Olivia and I alone. As the class at the door clicks closed behind me, I hear Olivia take a sharp and shuddery breath before turning to look at me. Her eyes are glossy and puffy on the edges. Trails of tears strain down her own cheeks. Her expression is of someone who doesn't want to believe that it's true, but knows deep down that it is. As I look at her, I feel my emotions come back twice as hard. No, I need to be strong for her sake, damn it. Olivia, I try to find proper words to say something to her. Anything I can give her any sense of comfort to ease her pain. But I feel my throat began to tighten like someone's hands around my neck. I don't even notice that I'm crying until my vision becomes blurred of tears. Without thinking, I wrap my arms around the baryonyx and pull her into a hug. Olivia seems shocked at first, frozen by my sudden reaction. But I then feel a pair of arms wrap around me and hands clenching my jacket. Olivia begins to softly sob to my shoulder. I feel my own resolve break down as I hear the increasing pain in her cries. We were like this. When we're like this, I can't even pretend to be the stronger one anymore. I could bear the pain if Ida can't, but seeing Olivia like this, I hold on tighter. I don't want to let her go. Suddenly, she mumbles something into my shoulder. What was that? We pull apart and look over Olivia. Her sunken face is covered in blotches and trails of wet and dry tears. She's hyperventilating and looks like an absolute mess right now. Despite this, her eyes are fierce and lively as they met mine. I need to do something. Right now? She doesn't respond. Hurriedly rolled down the halls towards the elevator. Where would she? The fountain. The only place she could be going. I step forward to follow her but stop. No matter how I try, I can't continue. This is Olivia's promise, not mine. I have no right to intrude I have no right to intrude into like that. My hesitancy robbed me of any choice in the matter. She went alone. I'm a fucking idiot. Alone in this freezing weather, while she's going through this. What the hell was I thinking? I stopped my silent march through the holes out the building and into the frozen wilderness. It's cold out, freshly starting to snow. The world just feels so much smaller, muted and colourless. Now's not the time. I must find Olivia. There's thin tire tracks in the thinly laid on snow, pathing out down the sidewalk. I follow them. The path is serene. The falling flecks of white make it feel like one of Olivia's landscapes. The mountain must be just around the corner. Oh God. I should have gone with her. Of course the fountain is only accessible with stairs. The steps are tall and coated with a thin layer of ice. It's a death trap. Something rolls down and bumps my shoe. It's one of Olivia's handles. My face flushes of heat and my blood runs cold. Oh my God, I can't lose 2 people in one day. Oh my God. I can't lose 2 people in one day, please. I will myself to look up. 8 steps up, Olivia's wheelchair is toppled over on its back. Seat ripped, wheels spread, it's unrecoverable. Olivia is 2 steps further onto the right ledge. Her arms reach up for the next one. Olivia! Olivia stops and slowly looks back. It's a look of shock and humiliation at being seen like this. She turns back and starts pulling herself up the next step. Damn it, Olivia. I take a step and catch myself. It's a wonder how she got even this far. I find my balance and start marching up towards her. Her arm slips on the ledge and she falls back. I caught her in my arms from behind. I didn't make it. She looks up at me, eyes still filled with tears. I carefully set her down on one of the steps. She hides her face in her palms. I failed, I had a gun. Olivia chokes back a sob. I'm just a stupid fuck up. Fucking chair. And then continues to weep. I sit there and stare for a moment, trying to figure out what to do. I really haven't been in a situation like this. The poor girl is shaking. Rather it's from the cold or her situation. I don't know. Instinctively, I wrapped my arm around her and pulled her close to me. Olivia shifts her body accordingly, and we end up in an embrace. Yeah. Her sobbing calms down. She does occasional hiccups and her body is no longer sapping the heat from me either. I'm sorry, Inko. Sorry for what? Everything. Being an asshole. Being a failure. Making you waste your time on me. I'm just awful. Don't say that. I love you. That's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted to say. Now it's not the time. I'm your friend, you know that. I'm here for you in the same way you're out here for me. Olivia breaks away from our hug. Her face is tear-stained, but she isn't crying anymore. She's looking down in a wheelchair. Do you have a spare at home? No. I stand up, look up the stairs towards the fountain, and back to Olivia. I can call Liz if you want. She can pick us up after we're done. We can worry about your chair then. You're not a failure, Olivia. We're getting you to that fountain. I reach my hand down towards her. Olivia's confusion arose into a soft smile as she stares at my hand and then back at me. Come lower. Let me grab your shoulder. I've done this a few times before. I lean in closer and Olivia pivots the best she can. Once more, she uses her tail as an anchor in place of her legs. It's holding up pretty well. Never considered it, but her tail must be pretty muscular. Let's go. I just want to make I want to make Ida Khan proud. I climb up to the next step, planting my foot on the solid ground. Olivia waits for me to stop before quickly moving her tail up to the next step as well. It's sort of like we each one leg. Simple enough. It only occurs to me now how close we are right now. By close, I mean practically cradling Olivia against my side. Up another step. Eventually, we'll finally make it to the top. I managed to shuffle to the fountain. You can just put me down right here. Alright. And gently lower Olivia down and put her on the lip of the fountain. There's just enough space for her to sit along the edge, with one leg resting on the top and one hanging off. She looks into the still water in contemplation. My eyes follow hers, focusing in on the coins that have settled in the bottom of the fountain, very hard to see through the opaque ice. I stuffed my hand in my pocket for warmth, feeling the skin of my knuckles start to split already. My fingers trace over the quarter I usually use on our lunchtime drinks. Achoo! Belva's knees draws me away from the meandering forest to see the Gator girl quivering on the cold concrete seat. Damn it! Her jaw is clenched tight, baring her sharp teeth to the world. Her nostrils flare with each of her breaths, the hot air creating a puff of visible mist. Her eyes are filled to the brim with fiery rage and salty tears. I want to break the silence between us, ask for her thoughts. She is deep within them, though, ranging within her own mind. Finally having the moment to process everything that's happened. In the end, it's Olivia that breaks the silence, with a single, quiet, disdain-filled curse. Damn it! Her eyes shut, keeping her tears from falling. Damn it! A hiss seeps through her lips. I made it. I finally made it, but the thought goes unfinished. She lets her shoulders down and turns her gaze away from the spouting water, innocently gazing towards the obscured afternoon sun that's just managing to peek through the clouds and snow-covered trees. Maybe she's just imagining that's where he is now. But what now? I throw my hand in my pocket, holding it up for her to see the pocket change in her palm. Scanning over the water feature before us, I think back to all the times I wanted to do just this for someone else. How we would make a wish. Olivia's brow frowns, she glances off to the side. Her fingers grip her hoodie, and I watch as she considers my suggestion thoroughly. Sure, a wish sounds nice right now. I motion her forward. The Gator girl holds her hand out to me. I dropped a quarter into her palm. On 3. I reply and nod. 1, 2, 3. I wish for. Our twin coins flip into the air together. I watch the coins spin skyward, crashing through falling snowflakes. At the apex, the coins seem to pause, just to briefly touch one another. With a synchronized plop, both of the quarters hit the water together. Leaning forward, I see the coins even landed on the same side. Heads. I wonder if there were chances of making our wishes come true or something. I let a huff in amusement from Olivia's comment, though the more I think about it, the more I hope it does. We stay there, looking at the fountain together in silence. For a moment, it feels as though time has stopped around us. It's just me and Olivia experiencing the moment together. It almost makes me forget what had just transpired, what we were dealing with, what kind of future the two of us were looking at. For this moment though, none of those dreadful thoughts mattered. What matters right now is finding a small bit of peace, a solace, a little bit of calm before the storm that was inevitably coming. A harsh wind chill finally brings Olivia and I other thoughts. Hey, I'm sorry for being super distant earlier. You don't apologize for that, Olivia. Everyone goes through these sorts of things differently. I know, but I just feel bad. I know I'm not the only one who's sad that Ayada Khan is gone, but her pause makes me stop and turn around to face her. I can see in her face as she's trying to form the right words. Ayada Khan was the first person who I felt was a role model for me. He didn't just believe in me, he made me believe myself. Not just for my art, but for being able to succeed in general. I knew that Ayada Khan meant a lot to her, but I never realized that he meant that much to her. More than anything, he actually cared about me, about my thoughts and my dreams. I felt Olivia's lips trembled as she struggled to voice the thought. Normal. God, I probably sound stupid saying that. I shake my head in disagreement. You don't. Mr. Ayada Khan was important to me as well. It's okay, Olivia. I know how you feel. He gave me some of the best advice I've ever gotten from anyone, and encouraged me to follow my dreams, like you. I wish I had met him sooner. There's a moment of silence between us, the air filled with a mix of sympathetic emotions. A shared sadness for the passing of someone who made an impact in both of our lives, but a sense of thankfulness that he graced our lives. I guess we both got our issues, huh? Yeah, I guess so. A fresh breath of icy air sends a shudder down my spine. So what do we do now? I pat off the growing pile of snow off my shoulders and head. Let's see. I look at my phone. School's ending in 10 minutes. Do you want to just chill here until then? No pun intended. Sure. I look around, noticing a tiny bench for two nestled against a tree. The Gator girl must have noticed, as she's already holding her arms out for me. I recall something. A certain pair of raptors. I kneel down, facing away from Olivia. I can feel the icy flakes melt off of me as Olivia leans against me again. Her powerful arms wrap around my shoulders, clawed fingers digging into my jacket. My fingers locked together to form a makeshift seat for her behind me. With my passenger secured, I make a beeline for the bench. At least, I get caught up in what I feel pressing my back. She let herself down onto the bench, uncaring for her landing. Taking a page from the book of Olivia, I also dropped uncaringly next to her. Just glad to have some shelter from the increasing snowfall. So here we are, mission accomplished for Olivia. Now what? My curiosity compelled me to ask Olivia something. If you don't mind me asking, what did you wish for? I don't think you can tell someone what you wish for, or else it won't come true. A superstitious side of myself says that she has a fair point, so I decide not to push her any further on it. Just curious is all. I continue relaxing in comfortable silence. I mean, I don't mind telling you if you tell me yours. I guess that's only fair. What did I wish for just now? It's hard to put into words. It's not something specific. rather a feeling that I keep coming back to. Before I came to this school, I would have wished for more friends or a successful future, or to take back something embarrassing from the past. But now that I think about it, I didn't need to make a wish. That's too vague. I know, but I don't know how else to put it. Come on, at least try. My best memories from the past few months. This being outside in the freezing cold. No, not that. What do you mean then? I struggle to find the words that make myself sound stupid. You know, we've hung out a lot together, but it's not often that it's just the two of us. Just us? Yeah, that doesn't happen a lot. I wish it was like that more often. The Bryonis' eyes go wide. Shoot, maybe that came across too weird. I mean, I just want to get closer to you, you know? I begin to watch a blush form across Olivia's cheeks. Wait, I don't mean it like that. I want to get to know you better. She glances away, laughing nervously as her tone drastically changes. Huh, yeah, I understand totally. I breathe a silent sigh of relief. You wanna know what I wished for? If you don't want to share, you don't have to. No, I asked for yours, it's only right. Ahem. I know what I want to wish for. To know what I want to wish for. I glance across the bench towards her. I can't make sense of anything right now. I want today to be over, frozen, and to have never happened all at once. I want I to come back, but I don't want to just replace him with someone else. It's too late to start all over again. She stops to wipe her eyes, but they're already dry. All I ever wanted was to be someone he'd be proud of. But it just feels impossible. She looks away. I end up picking something lame. Sorry. What's that? Olivia's still looking away. So while I can hear her hesitation, I can't tell what she's thinking. I threw that coin, and out of everything raised to my mind, the one thought that stuck out the most was just. She chews her lips in contemplation for a moment, and when she finally continues, her voice is a soft whisper. I want somebody I can trust. I can feel my face heat up from her words and a tone. Even with her head turned, I notice a flush creeping over Olivia's face. I instinctively jerk my head the other direction. Shoot, what do I do now? We're both sitting motionless, neither daring to say another word. If I listen closely, I feel like I can hear her heartbeat from here. She can probably hear mine as well. I don't even notice the cold anymore. Maybe we can just stay like this for a few weeks. No, don't be ridiculous. You need to tell her how you feel. I clear my throat, searching for words that wouldn't come. She just said she wanted to trust somebody. I mean, you can trust me. I hear shuffling from Olivia. Damn it, I can't work up the nerve to turn my head towards her. My neck feels like a rusted hinge as I try to disappear my body and look at her through my periphery. Do you trust me? Despite my words, she nods her head vigorously, the blush growing dangerously bright. Well, I shift my body towards her on the bench. I trust you too. Suddenly she shakes her head a bit to bring herself back to reality. Maybe I can be honest with you then. You're silly, and you're ridiculous. Maybe a little over-optimistic. You are thoughtful and adventurous, and you're willing to just take me with you. You don't treat me any differently for this stupid thing. She lightly hits the armrest of the bench. I guess I stopped noticing it at some point. Yeah, well, I mean, obviously you're like... So many words dance at the tip of my tongue. Like... My mouth and brain are at a standstill. One wanting to just blurt out whatever, while the other keeps it all in and disassembles it in a thoughtful manner. What come out is... Blah. A furious snort rips from the Gator girl's nose, followed by peals of laughter. Out of embarrassed shame, I cover my face with my hands. Oh, what was that? I curse my nose as I try to protest her continued guttural guffaws. Come on, Olivia, I'm really trying. The snowflake that managed to sit still land on me and melt away from the extreme heat radiating from my whole head. Olivia re-inquises, though. Re-inquises? No, is he not word for? Re-inquises, though, drawing back into just a very smug grin. Okay, take two, Inko. My head's temperature finally drops from the core of a sun to a more manageable volcano. Thanks, jerk. Seeing that small quirk of her lips, I can't stop smiling from growing on my face. I can't stop a smile from growing on my face. I guess, be honest with her and yourself. Honest. At the very start, I thought you were just out of it. What? You almost ran me over in the hallway. Oh. She frowns and looks away. Sorry. And then you tried to get my seat removed. Sorry. And the clothing today? Not sorry about that. I figured. And you used to be hard to talk to. I felt awkward every time I even try. Like thank rap to Jesus for Damien and Liz, because otherwise I wouldn't have gotten to know the real you. Olivia rings her claw fingers together. And what do you think of the real me? She's easily the most caring person I've ever known. I mean, yeah, she can be a little selfish, but doesn't think ahead sometimes. But when she cares for something, she just has to do everything she possibly can for whatever it is. Is that what you think? Yes, I think you are quite caring and passionate and what? And I know Mr. Ida Khan saw that in you too. Olivia's eyes water at the mention of a mentor. Thank you, Inko. Now's the time, Inko. Just say it. Hey, Inko. Say it. Do you like me? Yes? Why does talking have to be so hard? I prepare for Olivia's smug one-liner to crush my weak confession. Instead, I watch as Olivia brings her hood up and hides her eyes with it. Really? For some reason, seeing her like this fills me with a well of confidence. Yeah. Can I hear you say it? I like you, Olivia. I don't get how. Her hood peels away just enough so I can see her shimmering silver eyes. Why would you like someone like me? Well, I like you too. Olivia brings her legs to her chest, holding limbs tightly to her. She brings her hoodie's helm over her legs, transforming herself into a crocodile-shaped igloo. An olive igloo. Oh, slippers was a bad idea. Oh crap, yeah, you okay? Fine, just call someone. I cough awkwardly and get my phone out to call Liz. Hello? Inko, is that you? Are you supposed to be in class? Are you supposed to be in class right now? Scalar let out Olivia and I early. Scalar let Olivia and I out early. Oh, okay. I was told about Professor Ayada-kan. I hope you are doing okay. Yeah, I'm alright. I'm with Olivia by that old park by the school. Her chair's busted and we're kinda stuck. There's an eating wine from the bundled crocodile next to me. Her tail wraps around her as if to hug herself. Broke in this weather. Are you two okay? We're fine. Can you come pick us up? Sure. I think I remember where that is. I'm a principal scaler right now. Once we're finished, I can get you two on the way home. Thanks. At some shuffling, the call drops. I turn back to Olivia. She seems more anxious than anything right now. You alright? Yeah. I'll be okay. The stove pine more of the olive igloo chatters quietly in the cold. My concern finally takes hold, forcing me to finally close the gap between us. She said the chair had no replacement. It'll take a while for a new one to come in. That means she'll be trapped at home, completely sealed off from the world. Man, the beginning of Olivia's annoying protests die of exposure, becoming a grumbling acceptance as I wrap my arms around her shivering form. You're lucky you are warm, Inko. Yeah, I definitely feel it, as her body shifts and nestles closer against me. Olivia's tail lays on my lap and shivers, reverberating through most of it. I lay my palm on top of it, feeling the cold limbs shaking slowly still. Some long distant trivia about limbs losing their heat the fastest springs to mind, in the hopes of keeping the frostbite away. I pet the heavy tail. And as I do, so I hear the silliest sound rumbling from Olivia's chest and through the rest of her. It's like a purring cat almost. There's a new sensation on my cheek now, soft and warm. Oh, she's her lips are planted firmly on my cheek, and this feels nice. As I continue to warm her tail for her, I feel her lips press more and more against my cheek. I don't know if kisses were supposed to go this long and be this wet. And now the lips are moving and something pointy are there, and Munch. And that's a teeth. Oh. Olivia instantly let go of my cheek from her non-lethal bite. Oh fuck, sorry. I'm new to this stuff. I'm nervous. It's okay, really. I put a hand to my cheek to feel the damage. I feel the indents of her fangs, but nothing serious. I almost even started falling asleep before we hear a car pull up to the bottom of the hill. Olivia perks up and leans forward and tries to see who it is. A few seconds later, Liz's head rises above the stairs, scanning like a submarine periscope. Crap, it's going to be tough getting all the way back down, even with Liz's help. I look back and smile at Olivia, still huddled against herself and clinging to my arm. You ready? Today seemed to drag on endlessly. Liz's arrival had ended our embrace, and she had quite the dour look on her face. She says she's been in a meeting with the principal, and I could only imagine how the faculty and the student council were reacting to Ida Khan's passing. Her mood seemed to lift a little, at least when she saw Olivia and I both huddled together beneath a tree. Olivia's mood, on the other hand, plummeted, probably the way Liz and I had to carry her to the car. The ride to the Payne household had been silent, save for Olivia's grumbling in embarrassment. I think I'd be in a similar mood if I was treated like a sack of potatoes, but then again, how else were we supposed to carry her? I should suggest more leg workouts to coach solely, just in case. Damien and Randy were watching for us at the curb, the older man looking over, worry with Olivia. When your friend told us, Soph and I were beside ourselves. Unfound Randy didn't really hear, as the instant her car door was open, her legal guardian pulled up to her into one hell of a bear hug. Come on, I'll get you kids and some hot cocoa. Damien watched on with a smile of relief as his father hauled her over his shoulder and marched into his home. You guys want to stick around? Vinny's still in school, so we'll have the consoles to ourselves. Still pretty early, all things considered. Sure, I'd love some hot chocolate right now. Liz? I like to, really, but the council still needs to prepare the arrangements for Ida Khan's, well, you know. Maybe I'll come by after if I can. Alright. Well, if you do, I'll make sure there's some cacao left. Appreciate it. With that, Liz drives off down the street. Come on, let's head inside before we turn into popsicles. Setting into the well-worn couch, I notice a distant lack of baryonyx. Where's Olivia? Randy chimes in from the kitchen, busying himself with an old-fashioned kettle. She wanted to rest on her bed for now, boys. Give her some time. No one can resist hot cocoa during weather like this, especially how I make it. Never had home-brewed hot chocolate, but if it's anything like it's cooking, then it must be some good stuff. After a few minutes, Randy comes out with a tray. Here you guys go. He passes around a few Christmas-themed mugs labeled with the family's names and leaves the last one on top of a nearby drawer. You're gonna have to be Vinny for a bit. You cool with that? Yeah, thanks, Randy. Man, you look cold. Were you out there long? It's true. By now, the snow on my jacket's melted and my clothes are really chilly and soaked. Feel free to take the load off until you warm up. I'll be in my bedroom resting. Holler if you need anything else. It gives Damien a pat on the back and leaves. The mug is hot to the touch, but it's a welcoming feeling to warming up my icy fingers. I take a moment to gently blow air on the beverage to cool it down before moving it to my lips. Yeah, it's pretty good. Damien is chugging his. He finishes the swig and sets the glass down. Must have been half of it in one go. Well, there are multiple ways to enjoy anything. After today's event and weather, I really needed this. Another sip. It really is helping warm me up. I didn't even notice how cold I was. Hey, Vinny. Yeah. You good? I'm holding it together, yeah. Still a bit scattered. I don't blame you. Hey, Pops doesn't want you venturing back into the tundra out there. You up for a game or something? He gestures me to the entertainment setup. No, but go ahead, I'll watch. Damien thinks for a second, a few gears in his head turning in conflict. Really? I don't mind. Alright, I'll get set up. Damien sets his game up, searching several mismatched cases for the right CD and giving the screen a good thump to get it work properly. Grabbing a controller, he turns on the Xbox One and sets something called Rock Ring ODHK and settles deep into his groove on the couch. This is one of my favorites in the series. A minute after 2 of gathering a full lobby, the Diplo Dino picks up his class and begins his virtual rampage. Only a minute in and he manages to get the first kill, but I'm just a bit burned out for the day, getting pretty tired actually. Hey Inko. Yeah. Olivia didn't come back for a wheelchair. Did something happen? Yeah. She isn't taking Ida Khan's passing well. Man. Well, I'm glad you were there for her. Our eyes remain on the screen, lost in the vibrant violence as some in-game announcer proclaims Damien's digital massacre. On his part, Damien's frills waved like crazy, and it looked like as if his arms also wanted to wave in victory. You want to talk about it? I don't want to take up your time, Damien. Come on, man. We've known each other for a while. You can be honest with me. Not sure where to begin, really. Ida Khan was really cool. I really don't have the right words for it. Somehow, I think I'm unqualified to speak on it, compared to Olivia. She knew him better than I ever did. He was important to her, yeah. He wanted to talk about it for a bit before Liz picked us up. But I'm worried I'm not much help. Well, that's what we're here for, right? To help her out in any way we can. Best thing we can do is to be ourselves for her, and she'll eventually go through the motions her own way. Yeah, that makes a surprising amount of sense. I slowly look up from my mug over to Damien. You make it sound so easy too. He briefly meets my gaze before returning his attention to the screen. I know I'm not the smartest guy around, but I do know Olivia. We don't share parents, but she's like my older sister. Her birthday is first, duh. And knowing Olivia, she'll be able to manage. But how are you managing? Me, trying to sort the maelstrom of emotions running rampant in my head is overwhelmed, I guess. I wish I'd gotten to learn more from him. Olivia could probably recite some of his lessons by heart. She probably could. I remember the first day we got back from some special paints in this class. She was just ecstatic. She came home a mess, covered all with blues and greens and leveling tracks behind wherever she went. Mom saw her carpet vandalized and she threw her right in the backyard and hosed her off. I ended up joining in because it looked fun. Eyeing the hallway leading to her room, a part of me wanted to see if she's alright. That part simply wants to be close to her again. Dane looks back again, the unspoken question clearly written across his arched brows. What about Olivia and you? Speaking of, I may have told Olivia that I liked her. About time. Huh? What? You two stuck together like glue ever since the summer barbecue. I mean, come on now. Anyone with half a brain could see that you two are becoming more than friends. All the signs were there. Although it does worry me a little. Why is that? Well, think about it. Your teacher just passed away, and you're both wrecks right now. And you are both wrecks right now. What if it's just that suspension bridge thing? I don't know, man. It only just happened. You're right. Sorry. I do like Olivia. I know that. I guess I'm a little scared of the future. How so? There's just a bunch of things I still don't get about Olivia. Or maybe friendship in general. When I first arrived at St. Hammond, I never really had any friends like you guys. So to suddenly be involved in all of this, I don't know. I think I get it, yeah. Things can be a little dramatic around here. One way to put it. What's so different about your old friends? Never really had any. Well, that's not true. I had friends, but they weren't like day friends, you know. Classmate friends, yeah, I got a bunch. And your folks constantly moving means they only ever lasted like a year, tops. Yeah, am I a day friend? No way, you come to our parties and everything. In fact, look, points to the subtle discolored patch on my jeans, where Vinny's acid punch had failed to completely wash off. We got you marked. Thanks, it means more than you know. Ha, to be honest, I always had a good feeling about you. I thought you'd be a decent addition to the group, but to see Olivia actually start opening up around you 2 months ago, that was unthinkable. After all those years, I was trying alone. You know. Made it all worthwhile. Not to take credit or anything. I'm just really glad to see her happy after so long. Moments of Olivia and I together flashed to my head. Good, bad, and everything in between. It all accumulates into a single image of her staring at me with that smile of hers. Me too. Hard to believe that she'd be dealing with so much inside when I first met her. Well, Inko, some people just have a lot of problems they hide from the world. For example, he puts the controller down and shifts to look into me. His character is instantly sniped. That hot chocolate gave me a tummy ache. I'm being serious. That was serious. It can be little things like that. Little stresses that add up. Now, it doesn't bother me, but someone else. It might just about ruin them. If you're trying to get at Olivia, I'll give you a nickel's worth of advice my dad told me. If a girl you like asks you to wear a shirt at 2 a.m. and bake cookies, she's an absolute keeper. That's some pretty good advice. Just don't break a heart, yeah? Wouldn't dare to think of it. Damien offered me a fist bump, to which I happily recuperate. A door creaks open. Both our heads turn back at the sound. She kneels in the doorway to her room, leaning against the side railing. Davian nods to me and continues his game, and an ambient gunfire and controller clicking fills the silence. I take the hint and stand up, slowly approaching Olivia. She tries to shuffle down the hallway. She's completely upturned in a state of pure confidence. Even her tail is upright as if to amplify her dignity. I have to tell her how cute that is when I'm not so drained. I wordlessly offer her a hand she accepts. With her on my shoulder, I walk the both of us towards the living room couch and plop down on it with her. Oh, here. I lean forward to grab a cocoa from the coffee table. Most of the warmth has gone by now. I guess I can warm it up in the microwave for her. She's tugging my arm. Come on, it's cold. She starts leaning harder against me to keep me from getting up all the way. Alright, geez. I give her the mug and she goes to start sipping instantly. I was going to warm. My voice dies if I feel her settle against my legs with a relaxed hum. Her body relaxes more and I'm allowed to sit up, enough for her to settle in by my shoulder. She's warm. The two of us watch Damien continue game. Olivia continues sipping down a drink, letting one hand free from the mug. Her hand finds its way to mine, and our fingers curl around each other's. Damien plays a few more games. I really don't keep track of how well he does. He finishes one last match and yawns, stretching back over the couch. Alright, that's probably enough for me. I'm gonna get going. Give you two some space. Okay. Damien gets up from the couch and slides his controller near the cabinet where it lied before. On his way out, he stops right to look into my eyes. Hey, keep things chill, man. Don't do anything stupid, alright? Yeah. He nods and heads off to the depths of the house. And just like that, it's quiet once more. Is she asleep? Hey. I don't think you've seen my room before, have you? Not at all. What do you want to see? I'd love to. I watch her blush. Am I getting good at this? Okay, just walk me there. Similar to before, I help Olivia off the couch and we shuffle away towards her room. Wow, I'm not sure what I was expecting Olivia's room to look like, but I'm surprised. It's the air that hits me first, a strange mix of heavy, fake floral candle trying its best to cover the most almost nostalgic scent of art supplies. Band posters and paintings of dinosaurs cover a lot of her wall space, like the room's own personal canvas. Her desk sat beneath the window. Again, what space that wasn't covered by the fade-looking paper was instantly covered in dried-up paints. Hold up. Right next to that, a dresser holding up a decades-old television set and retro games console. All in all, reminds you of the days they'd show on older high school movies. So where do you want? On the floor is fine. I gently lower Olivia to the floor, let myself sit cross-legged next to her in the process. So what do you think? I think it suits you. Figured you wouldn't have any chairs. I got this really soft rug and a beanbag chair over there. She gestures to a beat-up lump in the corner near a large lamp. Olivia pulls something off her bed. It's a laptop, open to a music channel. I don't recognize the songs, or bands, or albums. That's a pretty big track list. What music do you listen to? I'm sort of a closeted metalhead. When I'm alone, I put some on at full blast while I do chores or art. Generator Head, Super Def, Iron Tomb, you name it. What do you listen to? Please, let's get in. Don't lock us away. Mumble rap. I listen to mumble rap. If that scratches your brain, then Anyway, my dad was super into heavy metal when I was a kid, and he got me into it. When Damien and I would be out playing in the yard, and his mum would be making lunch, our dads would be in a garage blasting heavy metal while they worked on the car. Working on cars, yep. My dad and Uncle Randy would fix up. Randy would fix up some cars. She clears her throat. I think that's the first time I heard you call him Uncle Randy. Yeah, I call him that sometimes, along with Auntie Sophia. You call her Auntie Sophia? Your right hand comes off. What do you... Olivia lunges over to chomp at my hand. I have to take a moment to check my fingers just in case. Hey, I was joking. So was I. But yeah, I listened to a lot of this. You want to hear any? She offered me the trackpad. Anything I see, huh? What kind of music is B flat? Music is a bit lame, actually. Wait here, there's actually something else. Something nobody else gets to see. I'm gonna show you my chest. What? Here it is, look. Inko, what did you think she was saying, Inko? Olivia holds out a small wooden box. There are 2 rusted metal latches that have long been since aged past their use. I can't see it quite well in the dim lighting, but I'm thinking if I were to hold it up in the sunlight, I'd see a thin layer of glitter glue coating the whole thing. It's also been painted carefully, with very thoughtful attention to tones. What could be inside? Honestly, no guesses come to mind. Could be anything. What are you waiting for? Open it. I carefully open the lid. Inside is Olivia's chest. The box is filled with various baubles and trinkets. What is all this? It's like my little hoard. I've been saving up lots of little things through the years. Nobody else has ever seen it. She holds out the box for me to look at. It's heavier than it looks. This must be some high quality material. With the box in hand, I sit on the end of the bed. Olivia manages to crawl her way up to sit beside me. She reaches to grab inside. It's a picture of Olivia's chest. Of Olivia at the shore. Oh, that's what she meant by it. This was from last summer. Dad had a weekend off, and we all went swimming together on the beach. The sun was setting and decided to take a picture since it was a nice view. The sun was just setting. Plus, I felt pretty. Maybe we could go together sometime? Maybe, yeah. He places the photo back in the box. Oh, okay, I have to click on it to progress. Yeah, I didn't know that. I was like pressing the spacebar and I realized, oh, I had to click. What's that? That's my first tooth. Wow, never seen baby dino teeth up close before. It's so tiny and sharp. What's that one? That's my 58th tooth. Your teeth grow back. Yours don't. Humans. What's that? It's my first tooth. Oh, I love this little guy. What's that? Let me show you. Olivia rummages through the box and plucks out a little tiny hexagonal piece. She then places the plastic bowler, and right before my eyes, it transforms into this little robotic-looking dinosaur. Oh, it's a Bakugan. That's cool. Ooh. Oh yeah, of course. This is a Gabu-Khan. Dinoid to be exact. I was hooked on the show when I was younger, and I always asked him to get the toys for my birthday and Christmas. Vinny's got the rest of my old collection. This one was always my favorite, so I kept it in here. Oh, I can't grab the... Cannot grab the rock? Oh hey. Whoa, zombies are really cool. Of course I do. I picked these up myself. Where do you get these? I pick up one whenever I see one. They're a dime a dozen. A paintbrush? A very important paintbrush. Olivia's lips turn upwards slowly as each bristle of the teeth flicks away from her thumb. Though she averts her eyes up with mine, I can see the green of her scaly cheeks turn red. Sorry, I just got sentimental for a moment. This was the first brush I ever had. Dad gave it to me on my 5th birthday. Her tone falters lightly. Dad always asked me to make him little drawings, and every time I finished one and I gave it to him, he told me it looked amazing. I could barely draw a circle back then, but he still gushed over them, and she shakes her head. I think he put some in some scrapbook. I don't know, but he kept them. But he kept all of them. But he kept them all. Olivia turns back at me. Her embarrassment turns into bashfulness. Thanks. Am I supposed to? Wait, what's this? What are these? There's a couple of cool rocks I found around. I like how they looked, so I kept them. I grabbed one of the rocks and gave it a closer look. It's a grey with thin brown lines around it, and smooth to the touch. It'd be a perfect skipping stone. That one's my favourite. Tastes like salt. How do you know that? I tasted it. Oh, is this a lighter? Looks like one. Ooh, this used to be Uncle Randy's. Does the engraving mean anything? She shakes her head with a soft smile. Not really. He said it's hard to steal and hide stuff that looks unique. Really, I think he thought it looked cool and not tacky. Well, I think it looks cool. You would. A few minutes goes by as Olivia continues showing off her little personal hoard. All tiny objects that Olivia's chosen to keep with her this whole time, eagerly explaining significance of every little piece of hers. She got locked away in here. By the time we're done, she's resting her muzzle on my shoulder. It's been a crazy long day. I'm pretty exhausted myself. Can you put this back on the dresser there? Sure. I gently move off my shoulder, much to her muffled groans of protest. I then carefully place the box back where it was on a drawer. A small friend pokes his nose curiously through the bars of his cage. Hey little guy, long time no see. Were you napping? The black and white mirrored replies with a series of squeaks. I think to like he's saying that he's glad to see me. Hey Olivia. Aw, I'm pretty exhausted too. Bed's definitely off limits. That leaves either the floor or the couch outside. Or that beanbag chair looks pretty inviting right now. I slump into it. The beads inside scrunch around my way as I settle in. It's soft. It smells a bit like paint on Olivia's chair and Olivia's hair. Does Olivia lay on this while she works? As I start to drift off, the last thing my weary eyes take notice of is Olivia sleeping soundly on her bed. With how emotionally draining this whole day has been for us, it's nice to see her looking so peaceful. I begin to stir from my deep, cushiony slumber. It feels like there's something heavy across my stomach, stopping any ability to move. Did somebody throw a weighted blanket on me? Actually, it feels like whatever's on me is vibrating. What is it? Olivia? Yep. It's Olivia. She's on me. My entire head grows hot as my brain tries to process the situation. Her chest completely presses close to mine. I can feel her rhythmic breathing against my body. It's deep, slow, and with a subtle but noticeable rumble with each exhale. If I focus hard enough, I can feel her heartbeat. Maybe she sleep crawled onto the beanbag and didn't realize I was on it. I should probably wake her up so she can get back to her bed. Anytime I tried to move her, her limbs cling tighter around my body like a boa constrictor. With all that, but Olivia's tail wrapped around me, and any attempt to escape her hold is fruitless. Olivia looks even more peaceful than she did on the bed. Maybe she does know that I'm here. Olivia, last thing I want to do is make her a cranky Gator. With my free hand, I managed to grab my phone, checking the time, and the digital clock says that it's only 5 minutes past 4:30. Plenty of time for my continued nap. I nestled my head back in the beanbag and let the feeling of Olivia's rumbling lull me back to sleep. I need to screenshot that. There you go. Must have caught it. This feels nice. My morning alarm lulls you my sleep and into the world of the living. I ended up spending the night at Olivia's place. Randy and Sophia thought my parents would actually be worried that I stayed with strangers for the night. When my folks hadn't answered their phones, Olivia was left fuming. Randy didn't even look as bothered, though the two calmed down after I made something up about a business trip. Honestly, I'm probably right anyway. On the upside, I got to spend the night with Olivia. Last night, we even turned the living room into some kind of blanket and pillow fort. It felt childish to huddle up on the floor with Olivia and watch her play computer games on an outdated TV. But I had more fun than I like to admit. But now that Friday's rolled around, it was time for school. Olivia's wheelchair's out on a commission until Randy can go get a replacement, meaning she'll have to miss out today. Given the state of both her emotions and wheelchair, it pained me to have to go without her and leave her all alone. Honestly, I don't want to be alone in my cold and empty house either. Miss Sophia is one hell of a cook. Last night, she made a delicious meatloaf. I guess I know how Olivia got her culinary skills from. I rise from the couch, pulling the spare blanket off me. The pain lets me sleep on the couch, but at some point, Olivia must have dragged herself from her room to join me. As I try my best to get up without waking her, I pull out my phone to check the time. It's about the same time I normally wake up. I'm kind of impressed with my own internal clock. You awake, son? I jump as Randy make his presence known behind me. His hands idly buttoned up in floral shirts as he motions ahead towards the unconscious Gator lying on the couch. Guessing he has an early shift. She wasn't there when I went to sleep. Don't worry, not accusing you. Damien's already up and the kitchen's got cereal. Don't be late for school. I nod in response, taking a few moments to pull my jacket and glasses on before heading to the kitchen. Even if I didn't remember where it was, it wouldn't be hard to find. Damien's busy slurping honeyed oats like a jet engine. Oh, Inko, you hungry? Before I even reply, the Diplosaurus jumps out of his chair and makes for a nearby cabinet, procuring another bowl and spoon, which he slides across the table. Thanks. Most important meal of the day, man. Eat up. He gestures to the half-gallon of milk and box of cereal onto the table. I take a seat across from Damien and pour myself a bowl. Normally I skip breakfast on account of getting an upset stomach during PE. Then again, that could be my PTSD with the burritos talking. With a spoon in hand, I get a scoop of cereal and begin eating. You know, as far as cereal goes, it's a little bland. But I had to guess they probably avoid any colourful sugary-filled cereals to prevent Vinny from bouncing off the walls. More than it usually does, at least. I can continue enjoying my bowl of cereal with less furious haste than Damien. It's not long before we're both done, and Damien stands up without any intent on cleaning off himself. Liz should be getting here any minute now, so we can wait outside. Sounds good. I take my time to rinse off our dishware in the sink before anything else. Damien looks a little guilty as he realizes what I'm doing. Finally, with the breakfast dealt with, we were ready to head out into the cold, harsh world. As I grab my backpack by the couch, I take one more glance at my slumbering girlfriend. She's taken up entirely the couch now, the blanket we shared falling away as she spreads out into the spot I just sat at. I should give her a kiss goodbye, or maybe fix a blanket for her. Hold on, to go whiz. Ooh, it's a tough choice. Ah, shoot. Let's give her a kiss goodbye. Staring at her soft-looking lips, I shake my head and kneel down and pressed the softer pecs on her brow. As I turned away from her, something catches my wrist. It's Olivia's hand. With beady eyes full of sleep, she looks at me, silently asking me to stay. Oh, Liz is here. His words makes Olivia tighten her grip, painfully tight. Oh, hey, I'll be back tonight, okay? She's fighting to stay awake with her eyes fluttering and hand grip waning. Olivia. Promise? Kneeling back down, I place another soft kiss on her head. Promise. I think she accepts that as she lets herself slump back onto the couch. Inko! Sorry, I had to do something. Damien huddles himself and charges into the cold right to Liz's car. She flings the passage door open just in time for him to leap in and close it again. I get one last look at Olivia before I shut the door and hurry down as well. Yeah. I'm gonna keep going. Oh man, the car is nice and warm. Morning, Inko. You really stayed the whole night. Liz starts down the road towards the school. Morning, yeah. I didn't want to be alone in the snow. Is that why you smell like Damien's deodorant? His clothes are looking pretty ragged by now. He's looking pretty ragged by now too. Shut up. I'll have to go get a shower and a fresh change of clothes as soon as possible. Damien and Liz kept the conversation moving, and my mind starts to wonder. Man, poor Olivia. Who knows when a replacement chair is coming in. Could be anywhere from a few days to weeks. She's probably just gonna be stuck at home that whole time while I still need to go to school, and she's just gonna be stuck at home the whole time while I need someone to go to school. It won't be the same. We won't be together in the art room after school, all alone, just talking, making fun of my bad paintings. Just us. Man, wait till Ida Khan finds out we're... Damn it. Well, I guess he knows by now then. Man, it really won't be the same. Yo, Inko, you good? Seem pretty down all of a sudden. I'll be fine. I appreciate you guys, really. This has been the best school year of my life so far. So thanks for being my friends. Hey, you're cool too. What brought this on? Damien? Oh. This last school year has been pretty special. Hanging out with you guys so much has changed, and so much has changed in such a short amount of time. Even if things are shaky right now, it's been really worth it. I have hopes for what comes next. Me too, Liz. Silence falls off the car as Liz takes off. Damien's hand is only occasionally swatted away from the radio knob as we all sit in complainable silence. It's nice taking a different scenic route to the school. At school, the atmosphere is undeniably different. It's as talkative as rowdy as ever, but there's less of it. I don't know, maybe it's just my mind playing with me. There's less colour as there was. There's less colour as well. It's just been drained a bit. It's like it's been drained a bit. The layer of snow blanketing everything outside is partially to blame. Man, I was looking forward to making a snowman this year. Maybe I'll be feeling it later. Solely was as stern as ever in his class. Whether it's whether it's just that he doesn't care or his own form of respect is beyond me. But his hat was on a little tighter than normal today. Man, too many feelings today. Moping isn't getting me anywhere. I'm halfway to second period when the question of Ida Khan's replacement strikes me. Will we just be getting a few days off? There's no way they can just find a new teacher on such short notice. Class is probably going to be on hold for a while. His name is still on the door plate when I enter. Inside, many of the students chatter with each other normally. Some nervously glance up to their teacher's desk. I take my normal seat by the vacant desk Olivia would normally be stationed. Period's gonna suck without her. Looks like I got to look forward today is lunch with Damien and Liz. Man, the whole day's gonna just drag. I want to get back to Olivia. I want to go back. Yeah. The bell rings, and an unfamiliar woman in a suit walks in, clipboard in hand. She nods at all of us as she starts reading mechanically from some script. The substitute tries her best, but there's only so much you can get done on your first day on such short notice, and with some papers to read out. Her tone doesn't help, drawn out and empty. I feel myself losing focus. I look down at my half-taken notes. Shoot, Olivia will probably kill me if she kneel. Root. The substitute looks at the phone in the frustration as he walks over to answer its call. They both mumble back and forward for a few seconds before. We got an incognito in the class. I raise my hand. The substitute thumbs towards the door. Office called. You are wanted. Weird. What would the office want with me? My footsteps echo on the hard, cool tile on the way to the principal's office. I heard once that they made the halls to the faculty's office longer on purpose to scare you, although it may have been from an old comic strip. The effect was there, however, as each step of my reverberating steps sent a spike of unease through my core. When I finally stood before the principal's office, the feeling of unease peaked. I slowly opened the door and inched myself inside. The principal was sitting behind her disorganized desk, blanketed with numerous sheets. Between me and her, Mia and Ben looking back at me from their own chairs. You wanted to see me, Principal Scaler? Yes, Miss Anito. There's some matters we need to discuss. She motions to the third chair in front of her. I take a seat as instructed next to Ben, who's more or less acting as a personal barrier between me and Mia. Mr. McNair has informed me there's been an incident between you and Miss Moriarty earlier this month. One in which school property was severely damaged. Yeah, it was near the start of the month, so why now? I looked at Ben and Mia. I'm sorry. There were more pertinent issues at the time, Inko. I had to keep pushing this back to handle things like the audit paperwork and an excessively heavy breath leaves Mrs. Scaler's mouth. You should have given me the reports for this as soon as it happened. Miss Scaler looks at Ben as he frowns. This needs to be resolved by the end of today, Benjamin. Her tired eyes turn my way. Please, so that we can finish this as soon as possible. While she spoke, my focus was on Mia, and the smile that crept across her face. From what Miss Moretti has told me, it was you who instigated it first in the... On what Miss Moretti has told me, it was you who instigated it in the first place. Care to explain? What? Principal Scalar, Mia was the one who... We are aware that she caused the damage, Mr. Nito. Oh. The old woman leans forward with a pen and paper in hand. What we need to know is how this incident happened in the first place. I think we should hear Mia's side of the story first. Oh, you son of a... Since she was the one who inadvertently caused the damage after all. The red-scaled girl nods, holding out her hands as she began. Miss Scalar was trying to walk with Olivia that day. When out of nowhere, Inko shows up and starts getting on my case. I was trying to tell him that me and Olivia were working on a project when... Bam! He just whips out his camera and blinds me with it. What? Did she slap herself in the face with a tail-mounted glitter bomb? And because of that, I couldn't see, and I started running into things, even knocking things over, and I didn't mean to, Miss Scalar. I know I have a temper, and trust me, Ben's been helping out working on that. So my friends getting dry a bit. Trust me, Ben's been helping work on it, but you can't blame me for going around like a headless chicken. She can't be serious. I look at the principal and she sees that she's listening to her lie right through her teeth. It's even the first time he's done this. I tried talking to Olivia back in September and he pulled her away. I swear, he's been out for me ever since the first day of school. Principal Scalar, that... Shh. My jaw slams shut bitterly as the principal denies me a chance to defend myself. Her eyes turn downward to a particular stack of papers atop her desk, carefully scanning one page and flipping to the next. The silence of the room is unnerving as she flips through the page after page, finally breaking the quiet by clearing her throat. Now, Miss Nito, give me your side of the incident. I recount the events as Olivia and I had done with Ayada-kan, including the part where he saved us with a stun baton. From the moment Mia took Olivia away, to finding them in a classroom, to when she slapped herself in the face with a glitter-covered poster. Leaving out the nature of the blackmail, of course. Getting everything out of the openings revealing, and I'm able to remain calm and collected through the whole way through. When I spoke, Miss Mia leered at me with eyes promising a vicious death. Ben, on the other hand, is looking increasingly uneasy that I'm not playing along. He's not glancing my way, but his eyebrows furrowed in a way it's clear he's silently begging me to help him out here. Mia forces her vengeful stare at him as if to say, "What are you doing?" Inko, I like to remind you it's your words against hers. There's no proof anything you're saying is true. Did she ask for evidence, or did she ask for my side of the story? True, but Mia's never hurt. Ben, I'm not interested in these mind games. She's been targeting Olivia and I all year. You want to defend Mia, I get it. Why does that involve throwing Olivia and I on the bus? Still here, dickwad. Mia. Scalar manages to shut her down with an authoritative glare. I don't even care why you'd try to screw me over, but is there even a reason? What the hell are you even doing, Glasses? You're letting the schmuck walk all over you? I'm waiting. It's complicated, okay? Isn't? If you haven't figured it out, could you leave Olivia and I out of it then? No. Okay, fine. You want to find something to blame? Find someone to take responsibility away from Mia. I know your guy. The guy responsible for everything. Ben raises an eyebrow. Well, yes, that would be ideal. You. None of this would happen if you haven't hurt Olivia in the first place. What's He knows what I'm talking about. And here you are, 4 years later, still up to the same tricks. Olivia's stuck at home, her wheelchair is busted, and she's heartbroken. Oh my, I didn't know, is she alright? And you're just bringing up this interpersonal drama? Please have some self-awareness. I have more important things to worry about. Clearly. I don't care about being a part of whatever house of cards you have set up here. Damn it, Olivia sucks in a sharp breath through his teeth, sagging heavily as he lets that air escape in a long sigh. Sorry, Mia. The plan's a bust. The fuck, how? I can't do it. Not like this. There's other things I can do for you, just not at anyone's expense. The plan, Mr. Gmite? You mean to tell me Mr. Nito's right? You string bean, you know her stakes here. She has lots more than me to lose. All I gotta do is to tell the teacher what Olivia did. All I gotta do is tell teacher here what Olivia did. Shit, she wouldn't. Would she? Just one thing after another. You know we're talking about damaged property. I'm telling you, it's all at the bottom of this. I'm not taking the hit. I'm innocent. If I got to squeal to prove it, oh well. No. Scalar throws her hands up in frustration. She resigns to just being along for the ride, reaching for her lunch bag. Ben, I have to. I said no, there's other ways. Not enough. This needs to come out. Mia, you do that, and I dig some of the skeletons in your closet. Ben covers his mouth. The fuck you say to me? You heard me. Mia stares Ben down like she's about to slash his guts open. He trembles, but he doesn't relent. Oh, you'll regret that. You'll fucking regret that, McKnight. I ain't doing this shit. Have fun trying to bang Inko's girl or whatever. She turns around and stomps out of the room, completely ignoring all three of us. Wait, did you actually say that? Jesus, okay. Another bout of silence overtakes the room. Scalar, Ben, and I look between each other. Well, that was eventful. Between Ayatakan's report, Inko's account, and whatever that was, I think I have enough to work with. But we didn't finish. Come on, Benjamin. Don't you have some soul searching to do? He stares at her bewildered. Seriously, Ben, please try to figure this out. Go back to class. The both of you. He still doesn't move. I have to take the first steps towards the door, glancing back at and motioning him for him to do the same. Eventually, he follows me out of the office. She has skeletons in her closet? Once we're out, I think to thank Ben. But why? He's the one that accused me and dragged me in there to begin with. And he just fixed his own mess. Ben rushes his hand through his hair. Oh shit. I'm in trouble. You're right. I don't know. Look, I'm sorry about that. Everything's just getting so complex. I feel like I'm losing it. I'm always juggling so many things, and so many people have different rules. I can't let it start to get to me. Just gotta keep it up, right? What is it? Good question. I can't say sorry. I'll be fine, you should go. With a nod, I started heading back to class. Wait. For the love of... Will you make up your mind? I turn back, catching Ben's flinch. Is Olivia going to be alright? I'm going to visit her after school. I told her I like her. She told me she likes me. Oh, congrats. Thanks. Then when you see her, Could you tell Olivia? Tell her I'm sorry. About Ben. I didn't mean for it to hurt her. Her fingers clasped together in supplication. And while you look sincere, I think you should tell her yourself once you see her again. You're right. I will. I gave him thumbs up and continued to lunch. By now it's about lunchtime. Me, I could hang out with Damien and Liz. Definitely needed after all this. After school, I took the metro back home to shower and put on some new clothes. As it turns out, my parents really were on a business trip for a weekend, as indicated by a sticky note on the fridge. Randy opens the front door to let me in. Oh, there you are. Damien mentioned that you were coming over later. Hey, Randy. So, Inko, I was wondering if you wouldn't mind shoveling the snow off the driveway when you can. Would really appreciate it. I'll even pay you a couple bucks for it. No need for my payment, sir. As thanks for letting me come unannounced again. Thanks a bunch, really. As Randy heaves, I collapse on the couch and let my head rest against the comforter. God, that old thing of Ben and Mia really took a lot out of me. The weight of my heavy thoughts drag my head sideways until I can see Olivia's bedroom door. My eyes linger there as I consider getting up to see her, or giving her some time to come out. She has to know I'm here, right? She probably does. She also probably doesn't want to do her silly knee walk thing again. I wonder how mad she'd be if I caught her on camera. Brendan cuts off my view before sitting right next to me. Hey, you okay, Inky? Oh, it's maybe alright, but yeah. You were kinda out of it at lunch. For a moment, I considered telling Damien about what happened, but honestly, the last thing I want to do is bring up the sort of drama into what I could consider my safe haven. Yeah, I'm alright, Damien. Just had a rough time at school, and I'm hoping to take my mind off it. That's pretty understandable. I mean, what with everything that's been going on, in all, if you only knew. In an attempt to confront me, Damien pats my shoulder. Tell ya what, I'll finish up my homework, and we can chill over a game of Rock Ring or something. That sound good? Yeah, that sounds good. Sweet. Alone again. My stomach is aflutter and butterflies as I got from the couch. Olivia's room is just a few steps away. Just a couple of steps away. And each one stirs the butterflies even more. Once I reach it, I feel like a shadow of a Colossus monolith. I feel like I'm the shadow of a Colossus monolith. Come on, Inko. You gotta knock. You just gotta knock. A shadow of a Colossus. I mean, I get the joke. It's a good one. Come on, Inko. You just gotta knock. Damn it, arm. Just lift up. Stop shaking. Knock, knock. I'm awake, Uncle Randy. It's me, Olivia. I hear quiet shuffling before Olivia speaks up, more loudly this time. Inko? Yeah, are you okay? Decent. Damn you, brain. Can I come in? Yeah, just watch your step. Watch my step. My hand is still shaking as it makes contact with the doorknob. With a deep calming breath, the butterfly finally starts slowing down, and I'm finally able to push her door open and see blackness. Olivia, the room is extremely dark. The only source of light is coming from the entryway. I have to take off my sunglasses. I have to take my sunglasses off in an attempt to see through darkness better. Olivia, what the heck happened here? Why is it so dark? Olivia? No response. Olive. Gotcha! Oh, my leg. Hi. Her clawed fingers grip onto my ankle tightly, and it takes my coordination to stay standing. Olivia, what are you doing? Let go. What are the lights? Why are the lights out? How is it so dark? Reasons. I'm turning them on. Oh boy. I flip the switch. Olivia's laptop lies shut in her bed alongside a drawing pad. Someone's been sketching by the light of a digital screen. It looks normal enough. How's it dark there? Olivia? Yes. Why is your window painted over with black paint? The light coming in offended my black heart, and my window became the canvas into the new darkness of my life. And my window became a canvas into the new darkness of my life. Yeah, it's dumb, I know. Olivia, alright. Olivia crawls back onto her bed and flumps onto it, continuing a deep sigh the whole way through. Hey, yeah, this morning after you left, I got an idea for it. Whole speech and everything. Something stupid about my old sketches. It was a moment of passion. A while later, I realized how silly it was, but the paint had already dried. At least the atmosphere is good, right? She sighs again into her mattress. Shit, this is embarrassing. I look at the covered windows. I don't see why you'd be embarrassed. Padding over to her bed, I take the vacant spot right next to her. Shut up. Even as she says that, Olivia rolls herself closer to me. And very in character for you. Quit it. Her hand bats at me, though with no strength or animosity behind her blows. I'm able to simply slap back in her hands until I catch one. Hey, a finger crawls around my hand. It's very you. Her cheeks puff out in a little pout, but I can't help smile at. Like that, alright? You're lucky that I like you, or else I'll chomp your leg off. She growls at my smile, clearly annoyed by her own lack of intimidation. I guess I got used to it, built up a tolerance for it, so now I can see how Olivia really is. You like me and you still do that. A bluff called. Olivia buries her face against my thigh and growls louder. Her fingers still cling tightly to my hand. Her head just tilts enough that she can peer at me with a solitary silver eye. And while her maw is muffled against my leg, I can clearly hear her say, I miss you." My free hand comes around and gently combs through her hair. One of the things I've really marveled over is just how soft her hair looks, and gently feels as I can come to find as my fingers run over the glossy green locks. You've just been in here all day. Olivia nods, nudging her scalp more against my head. I see you're set up here there. Yeah. She hefts herself upright. Again. I've been drafting that painting all day. It's starting to come along. The laptop was just for light and music. She passes me the oversized pad. True to her word, the sketches are looking more and more defined, each one getting closer to the one that she's going for. Once it's done, I was thinking I could ask it to be shown. I could ask if it to be shown at the eulogy. Oh, yeah. Think they'll let me? They better, with all this effort you're putting in. Yeah. Want to hear something weird? I had a long day hit me. This painting, I think it's special. When I woke up this morning, I felt lost. Lost enough to block out the light to my room. Then I just remembered my promise, and I got to work. It still hurts. But when I'm working on it, it's like it hurts less. Like it's what I should be doing, like I'm doing it right. That's not weird at all. Really? Come on now. Alright, it's super weird. I think less of you now. Huh, but really, she bites her lower lip, thinking about something. Is something missing? It's missing something. She gestures to the page I'm on, the most recent sketch. I don't see anything wrong with it. It's vague. There's no detail. At the fountain, I tried. I really did. But I can't even remember so much, and Inko, hey, absolutely. I'll take the best dang pictures you'll ever see. Thank you. First though, how about I let the sunlight back in here, alright? Yeah. That's probably for the best. How would I go about doing that? I moved the washcloth across the window pane, but slowly but surely scrubbing away the dried up paint in chunks. Good thing Olivia keeps spare bottles of paint thinner on hand. Or at least Miss Payne has Olivia keep spare bottles, ever since an incident involving a much younger and more rebellious baryonic smearing paint all over the walls. As I continue scratching off the errant flakes of paint with my fingernail, my ears pick up the sound of a digital camera going off. In my peripheral, I see Olivia holding a phone towards me, taking a picture when I'm not looking my best. For shame, Olivia. Oh hush, you look fine. What's so special? You need to take a picture up. You need to take a picture for? Nothing, just using you to mess with unstable human women by posting my catch on their forms. Oh, that's neat. What? Most of the paint has gone away. I tossed the rag aside and scrambled to take the seat beside Olivia. She carries herself as a neat post with the photo shows up. I never heard of this place before, but it does look like a farm specifically for women. That is to say, non-dinosaur. Isn't that lounge lizard site? Isn't that Lynch lounge lizard site Liz doesn't like? No, it isn't. It's a survival site for only human women. We're always messing with each other. Olivia's post features that picture she's just taken, appended with the text, "Mine now, skinny whores. Your days are numbered." There's a reply calling her a dirty trigger. Olivia, I really don't appreciate being accused of this sort of thing. Nah, don't worry about it. It's cool. See? They just IP banned me. You got banned just for that? Nah. I can get around that super easy. And then I get to do it all over again. Their tears sustain me. Okay, that's enough internet. That's it. I'm taking you outside. I take Olivia's egg. I shake Olivia's leg to get her moving. Come on, you've been stuck in here all day. Come to the world of the living. Yeah, I'm gonna call this a night. I'm starting to get pretty tired, mates. Well, take care, everyone. Hope y'all enjoyed my stream. Like, wow. This is like the 6th part. This is part 6 to the game I'm playing. Like, this game is it's a surprisingly long visual novel. Alright, take care of your